So why do you want me to call it? What do you think it should be called?
The hawk's tail.
Why do you think it should be called that? Can you tell me more about it?
Well, I'd say more the squirrel's tail.
Oh, a squirrel's tail?
Yeah, because it looks like a squirrel's tail. Over here, you can feel the brush.
Okay. Have you felt the brush of a squirrel's tail before?
Sort of.
Do you chase squirrels often or something?
No.
Hey everybody, Tim with Tacky Fly Fishing here for another Fly Tie Friday, and as you saw just a moment ago, we're going to tie the squirrel's tail today. A super simple streamer tied on a curved shank hook with a big tungsten bead on the front of whatever color you like. And the key to this is literally two materials, and you've got a streamer that swims beautifully. So to start with, we use a black thread of any type. I use kind of the Kevlar threads that are now available for this fly. And at this point, we simply start wrapping the bug. You'll notice we don't really wrap very far back. Really, the focus is to get material kind of on the front of the fly. We'll go just a few wraps more, and really we'll try to stop when the thread is just laying down. We want it to basically stop at the point of the hook. Once we're there, we're basically ready to start wrapping the materials, and there's only two. There's this nice red, deep red dubbing that's got a lot of flash in it, and alongside that deep red dubbing, we'll also use a pine squirrel zonker in kind of a rusted, not a rusted, but a red color. Once we wrap the dubbing, spend a lot of time working this really loose, and start to pull out with a brush, getting that dubbing to really pull out back and get really buggy so that it looks really nice when it's swimming. Now we add the pine squirrel zonker. Really simple. This literally is the second material, and we're virtually almost done with the fly at this point. We tie that pine squirrel zonker in at the collar of the fly, and that's the only anchor point that it has. You know, this is really actually pretty similar to a slump buster, but there's fewer attachment points. And I find that it swims quite a bit better for me anyway, just because there's literally a single attachment of that zonker, and we kind of let it swim. Notice though that once you tie the zonker and you've got this substantial portion at the front with a gap in the front where the collar should be placed, so we'll add some additional dubbing to cover up that area, and to ensure that there's no break in kind of the body profile of the streamer. So we add that dubbing, and again, once you get the dubbing on initially, the body profile looks a little awkward because you've got this kind of flatter region at the collar still. So we brush that out, and you generate again a nice dubbing profile, not only on the belly of the fly but also over the back, kind of on the shoulders of the fly and over the back. Now if you whip finish here without doing anything else, you will generate again a small collar, which we don't really want to do. And so I like to add just a little extra dubbing. In this case, I'm using the same color dubbing. This also offers the option to whip finish with some of this dubbing that is a much different color, like a really bright color, and it can add a huge, really nice bright spot to the fly. It's not a must, but I like to do that on some of these flies. In this case, we're just going to use the same color. So we whip finish with the dubbing in tow. Once that whip finish is complete, we can cut the thread, and then again we just work it like heck with a brush to make sure that it doesn't lay awkwardly. And ultimately what we get is a really nice dubbing profile with a squirrel zonker sitting out of the back with a nice heavy weight at the front. Alright everybody, so there you have it. That is the squirrel's tail, as you heard so aptly named by Drake a moment ago. So I've fished this for quite some time without a name. It swims extremely well. It's a super easy tie with only really two materials and a bead and a hook. So get out there and fish it. Let us know what you think of it. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and come back next week and see what other fly we have in store. Thanks a lot, guys.